This is question number 19 on the June 2014 non-calculator paper. Okay, starting from the top, it says the diagram shows a straight line L1. So that's the line L1, they've even put it there. A straight line L2. L2 is parallel to L1 and it passes through the point 0, 5. Okay, find the equation of the straight line L2. Okay, so you need to work out the equation of the straight line L2. And the equation of a line is y is equal to mx plus c. M is the gradient, and that's a measure of how steep it is. And c, that's called the intercept, and that's where it touches the y-axis. So in this graph here, the intercept is that value there. So for this graph, c is 3. So what are we going to do? We are going to first of all work out the gradient of this graph. And to work out the gradient, the easiest way to do it is to draw a right angle triangle where the slope of your right angle triangle is the line itself. So I'm going to draw a large one, and the size doesn't matter, but use the grids on the graph to actually help you with this. So that base there is 4 across, and that height, that's going from 3 up to there, which is 5, so that's 2 up. Okay, now that triangle could be drawn anywhere along it and it should be given the same answer. So the gradient of L1 is, now it's rise over run, it rose 2, it goes across 4, so 2 over 4, its gradient is 1/2. Okay, so that's something that you do need to know and you do need to recognize. Now if L2 is parallel to L1, the gradient of L2 is also going to be 1/2. So I'm going to write that down here. Gradient of L2 is 1/2. Now this is an interesting thing. The straight line L2 is parallel to L1, and L2 passes through 0, 5, 0, minus 5. 0, minus 5 is some point on the y-axis because x is 0, and it goes through minus 5. So what this means is that the intercept for L2 is minus 5. So we've actually got all our information here now, because remember I said the equation of a straight line is y is equal to mx plus c. I know the gradient of L2 is 1/2, and I know that L2 meets the y-axis at minus 5. If I drew this line much further down and I went all the way to minus 5, 0 minus 5 is where L2 is going to cross the y-axis. So the equation of my straight line, I'm going to write it in the answer space. I know y is equal to mx plus c. I know m is 1/2, and I know c is minus 5. So y is equal to 1/2 x minus 5. That's the equation of my straight line. Okay, very, very straightforward question. This bit tricky. It's worth 3 marks, but if you understand straight lines, you could do it no problem.